Well, good morning, everybody. I hope you can hear me. I am in Skagway this morning, and it's really windy, but like, can you catch it? I don't know if you can catch it on the video. Where is it? There it is. There's the rainbow. Catch the rainbow. I've been here twice in the past 2 weeks, and it's been a rainbow every day. So, I just wanted to talk today about a little story that's in the news. I've been a little hard on Carnival lately for some of their procedures. They're not testing in the ports, they're not testing for getting off the ships, and some of their procedures on board. However, there's a story out there right now that, hey, believe it or not, I'm going to defend Carnival. By Fox News, and they're saying Carnival Cruise Line denies passengers despite vaccinations and negative COVID test. And I went, wow, all right, that's a little different. So I start reading the story, and I find out it's a gentleman and his kids. And one kid is over the age of 12. Himself and that child are both vaccinated, and one child is 6 years old. They are unvaccinated. And right away, red flags start going off in my head. I sort of start to see where this story is going to go. Can you see where this story is going to go right now? So, I'm reading it, I'm listening to it, and I'm here. There we go. So I'm reading this story, and I see they went and they all of them got their antigen tests within 48 hours of taking the cruise. Do you see where it's going? I see where it's going. So yeah, the child is 6 years old. He is unvaccinated, which means he needs a PCR test. So of course, when they get to the cruise, they are red flagged, saying that one of the children is red flagged, and they say, why are they red flagged? And they have to take another test. And so they're complaining now that, Carnival did not let them, get their cruise. It was too late to go and get a test done at that late hour. Remember, Carnival is not providing last minute tests for those who have trouble at the ports. I will call them out on that. I do think that is a bad decision on Carnival Cruise Line's part. I wonder if I'm going to get in trouble. Look at this. While I'm here, all the boats being put up for winter. All right. So yeah, I will call Carnival out on that. But they do very clearly state unvaccinated passengers need to have a PCR test. So the parent is saying, that they were turned away and they missed their cruise, and that the young child is blaming themselves. Well, no, little fella, you don't blame yourself. Unfortunately, the only person you can really blame in this case is the parent. And so let me tell you what happened beforehand. But before I do that, let me just, as the train is going by, let me just invite you to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Really does help the channel. You'll be up to date with all these new stories going forward, and hey, it really, really does help the channel. Where else are you going to see stuff like this? I'm doing the middle of a vlog, and the White Pass Railway is passing by. There's good timing, right? All right. Carnival sent them 2 emails. The first email is saying, vaccinated passengers needed an antigen or PCR test 48 hours ahead of time. Then they send a second email saying that anyone unvaccinated needs a PCR test. Obviously, the father didn't pay too much attention to that part of the story, and they all showed up with antigen tests. And so Fox News reached out to Carnival for a comment, and they haven't received a comment yet. But in all honesty, it's not their fault. it is kind of common knowledge out there, at least to most people now. You have to be checking the exact details of every passenger in your party. What do they need? Okay, my child is 11. What do I need to do to get on this ship? Do I need an antigen test? Do I need a PCR test? You have to find those things out. You can't just leave it and say, well, we all got the same test, it should be good enough. It's clearly stated unvaccinated are different than vaccinated right now on cruise ships. And it's all the rules they have to follow. So I really cannot blame Carnival Cruise Line for this. I have to blame, unfortunately, the parents, or the parent in this case, because it literally is something you have to be doing. You cannot just assume everything is okay. Before my cruise here, and I'm pretty up to date on the news, as you all know, I was checking every day for changes. I double checked. I called the cruise line to find out exactly what's their PCR test acceptable. What timeline is it? Is it the day? Is it the time of the stamp? Disembarkation. What's happening with disembarkation? What kind of test am I going to get getting off the ship? Where do I get the test getting off the ship? All these details you have to be checking now, because until the end of the year, I would say this isn't going to change until the end of the year. So I would recommend everybody doing that. But in this case, I'm sorry. I hope Carnival, as a public relations thing, offers this family a future cruise credit for that cruise. I'm not sure what they're going to do, but as far as flights, hotels, and things like that, that's on the family. Because really, you guys know, in the last, 3 weeks, I must have mentioned this 10, 20 times in videos. You have to double check everything. I'm sorry for this family and that little 6-year-old. I hope he doesn't think it's his fault, because he has nothing to do with this. It's just the situation we're all in right now. And I feel very, very sorry that the family didn't get to go on their cruise. I cannot blame Carnival Cruise Line for this. And while I'm here, hey, let's take a look at, this is just on the way to Skagway. There's Skagway right there. And a nice little creek. I bet you this little place here had some pretty good salmon in it at one point. But it's so peaceful here. It really is fantastic. Well, I hope you all appreciate this video, and remember, double check everything. Double, triple, quadruple check. Don't get one of those people stopped from getting on the ship at the port for something that it could have easily been rectified before you get there. Well, I hope you appreciate the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.